Hi, I have a question for you. Does the subconscious mind run your show? Do you know? Yes? No? It did run my show. But what if I told you that there is something even more dynamic than the subconscious mind? Something called the superconscious mind. And what if we could train the superconscious mind, that it's connected to infinite intelligence, to the field of knowledge, and to your higher self, knows everything? What if we could take the superconscious mind, train it to go deep dive into your subconscious, find the memories, beliefs, and emotions that do not serve you, and neutralize them within minutes by giving the superconscious mind an instruction? Would that be magical? I know it would be, and that's why you're here. That's what I want to share with you, how I discovered MAP, Make Anything Possible, that does exactly that. Hi, I'm Colette Streicher, and I can say that up to now, right now, today, actually, I have realized my wildest dreams as a child. I came from a very small village in France. Nobody had traveled the world. My parents had PTSD. It was not always easy, as you can guess. And then years later, I'm here in Houston, Texas. And I am a licensed psychotherapist, a licensed massage therapist. I am also the founder of MAP, Make Anything Possible, which is a revolution in the field of psychology, like I am going to share with you today. And I am also the author of Abundance on Demand, the green book right there, about the story of MAP, as well as the founder and the CEO of an international, very thriving international company. But as you can guess, with those beginnings, it has not always been the case. It was not always been as easy and smooth as it is now. Actually, it was a struggle. So at 9 years old, I met and I saw my mom. She was laying on the floor, and I thought she had passed away. And I cried and cried and cried. And at one point, I was just tired of it. I got angry, and I got angry at them. Both of my parents didn't want to live. They were extremely depressed. And I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have a happy family. And I'm going to help those who really want to be happy. So that launched me on a quest my entire life. At 12 years old, I was reading Freud. I was hypnotizing my friends. And then I kept going, studied Chinese medicine, Japanese medicine, did a lot of body-mind work in my 20s, ended up doing also a lot of therapy work in my 30s, and then I decided to move to the United States. So I went from Paris to Chicago and went to the university so that I could begin a top psychotherapist. At the same time that I was going in the traditional way, I studied energy psychology with all the cutting edge methods I could find, EFT, NLP, MDR, all those methods. And I did that for 15 years. And then I opened my practice here in Houston, and I thought I was a good therapist. However, when I inherited money from my family, you know the story if you read my book, I gave it away. I squandered it. I lost it. I had no respect for this money. And what happened to me is that 2.5 years in the process of squandering it, I have the courage to look at my bank account, and I realize, oh my gosh, this is not the right bank account. It's not possible. I had 0.00. I had literally lost it all. And that woke me up from this hypnotic state, this financial identity that was driving me on autopilot. And I woke up and I say, what are those money blocks anyway? I never studied any of that at school. So I went on a journey again for 11 months, studying 11 different methods, angles. And I realized there were so many different angles to address the financial structure, memory structure, and identity of someone. Because an identity like that is anchored in so many different areas, like what happened in the womb, what happened generations ago, the conflicts that happen around money in your family, what happened in your family system, and then in the chakra system, the energy system. I mean, it's incredible. So I realized, wow, there is not one method that does all of that. And I can't send my clients to all those different methods to address it thoroughly. I need another method. So that's when I discovered something. I was asking for it, and I discovered that I wanted a new method. That's really what I discovered. And a client came from France and gave me a hint. When she arrived, I realized she didn't have depression, anxiety, or phobia. What she had was a bipolar disorder. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I am not a psychiatrist. I can't do that. I don't have the skills, the knowledge, the experience. Quick, at least read something about psychiatry and try to learn about those identity disorders and personality disorders. So that's what I do. And that's how I found the work of Dr. Flint, who discovered that we could train the brain to heal itself, train the subconscious mind to heal the subconscious programs. And I thought, wow, this is genius. And I contacted him. He was still alive at the time, and he was retired already for 17 years. But he accepted to coach me and my son and to teach us his secrets, if you want. And we were beginning to have incredible results. However, what happened is that soon enough, I began to have this doubt in my mind. It's like, wow, the word subconscious in psychology is so limited. I learned that it was so much wider. You needed to address a situation from so many different angles for it to be completely dissolved with the money thing that I learned. Remember that? And I say subconscious is limiting. And then I got the message strong and clear after several weeks of pondering. Use the superconscious mind. The part that knows everything, remembers what happened 7 generations ago on your family side, and remembers everything, knows what happened in your DNA, what happens in your chakra system, and can address those aspects. So then what I did with my son, we took 2 years and we studied and expanded dramatically the word of Dr. Flint, his work, and we created new commands, new instructions, new training to leverage really the potential of the superconscious mind. And now we had a method that was like an umbrella method. We could use all those different angles to neutralize and clear a memory structure that could be complex or very simple, of course, but we had a way to address those situations and issues. And that was wonderful. We could clear trauma much easier and gentler than ever before. And we could, thanks to the superconscious, ask it to come in to the subconscious. So perhaps one event, however, one event that the person remembers, but we could ask the superconscious to find every single other events that happen in this lifetime and any other timelines and clear the entire thing in one command. And that saves so much time, energy, pain for our clients. So this method was not only an umbrella, but it was packaging an umbrella of every other methods that we could find. Plus it was packaging all the different memories in one time, so we could go so much faster. And then we could also clear traumatic events very gently and very effectively. So we had a revolution in our hands. And I didn't need at the time to kind of prove it. Me and my son, we were the only one in the planet, as I know of, talking to the superconscious mind, asking it to come deep dive into the subconscious, find those memories and neutralize them, and seeing our clients transform in front of our eyes within minutes. And they would tell us and they would get results. So I needed a proof. So we got the QEEG machine and we studied what happened in the brain during a session. And we could see that the brain was processing during my commands. When I was communicating with the superconscious mind, we could see the brain rewiring itself. So we hired a neuroscientist and we did a lab test, and we confirmed that using MAP, we were literally rewiring the brain. We had the proof of the pudding, and that was fabulous. So after that, people were asking me, okay, Colette, so what's the differences? And I told you, there were big difference with any other methods on this planet. The umbrella and the fact that we can package and treat so many memories at the same time without having to talk about them or suffer through them, and then treat the trauma that way too. So that was fabulous. And we began to have results in many areas. We are like an institute, so we do research. Lately, we have done research on the connection between the body and trauma, and how trauma affects the immune system, and especially creating a lot of autoimmune disorders. So we have used MAP for that, and we have had incredible results. We had people who had 20 years of autoimmune disorders, and within a month, were able to release all their pain, their joint pain, have clear mind instead of foggy mind, and rebalance their thyroid. We have, even medical reports. I mean, we have been able to do with MAP not only working on the emotional part and the trauma, as you can imagine, it was a therapy originally, a psychotherapy. However, we now work for the body and the connection between the body and mind. And we also, because it all came from me being interested in the money blocks and how to clear them, I developed an entire branch to clear the 11 money saboteurs. So this is the kind of work we do at the MAP Coaching Institute. So aside from the research and the testimonial and the stories, I wanted to share with you one story, the story of Michelle, just to give you a sense of how many blocks someone can have. But when you have the right method and the right support, then you can be, do, or have anything you want. And that's why MAP is called MAP, make anything possible. So Michelle came in, and she came into my office 6 years ago. And she says, Colette, I have 5 little kids, and I really want to be a better wife. I say, a better wife? Tell me more. I thought she would say, better mom. And she said, no, it's all my fault. And she was taking it all on herself, like, hey, I'm guilty, I'm a horrible wife. So what happened? And I realized that there was not a lot going on about her, if you want, in the marriage. She was suffering a lot, but it's not because she was really, really guilty about being a bad wife. There was something else going on. So I say, why don't we work on you? So we began to clear our traumas and our self-esteem and all of that. And soon enough, she has a little bit of space in her mind and she wants a divorce. And now she's a single mom, 5 kids. And we clear the headaches and the trauma of going through the divorce that was horrendous. And we clear more the physical pain she had and brain fog and many things and money blocks, how to pay the rent when you are a single mom with 5 kids and all of that. So each time she keeps going. One day she says, Colette, I want to go back to the university. I want to prove that MAP works. I want to become a neuroscientist. I say, great, but what have you done before? And she says, I'm halfway through electrical engineering school. I say, why don't you finish that? And so she finished that. It took several years, but she did it every time we cleared again. Money blocks, how to study, she couldn't remember, recall easily. She had also brain fog, a lot of things. And then she ended up in May this year graduating and becoming an engineer, an electrical engineer. So I'm very proud of her. Not only that, but she ended up being the top in her class after all of that. She got a national award in neuroscience, even did some research on the brain at the same time. And she ended up being hired by NASA here in Houston, in the most coveted department of NASA, the one that works with the astronauts every single day. And so Michelle went from the lowest self-esteem you can guess, with every single block you can imagine on the way, to becoming literally a rocket scientist and working with the brightest brains on the planet every single day. So she became my hero, and I hope this will inspire you, that you can literally be, do, or have anything you want when you have the right method, the right support, and you never, ever, ever give up. And that's what I want to leave you with. Never, ever, ever give up. There were 3 steps that she did of the MAP method to really rewire her brain and become her true self, her authentic and dream self, which is what MAP is all about. And those 3 steps, I'm going to leave you with those 3 steps to remember. The first, you want to magnify your dreams. You want to know where you're going. Who are you becoming? Second, you want to map your mind, clear with the superconscious mind, everything that's blocking you, the beliefs, the emotions, the memories, the identities. And then you want to magnetize your brain. Make it a magnet, a new identity. Build your brain so that it becomes a magnet of new thoughts, emotions, and new actions, and becoming literally attractive to what you desire in life. So do those 3 steps and you will be able to do anything, as long as you never, ever, ever give up, like Michelle did. And I want to encourage you to join me in my workshop, if there is any, in the Q&A. If you want to join me later today, or when there is a Q&A, or there is a workshop, please join me and you will learn much more and get the experience of MAP. There is nothing that trunks experiencing your mind and brain rewiring itself on command. All right, have a fabulous day. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.